Welcome back, friends. Another podcast, the Tim Crane podcast. I didn't take as many notes today because I've been doing a lot of reading, and I've been communicating with other people that specialize in these kind of things with the coronavirus. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about things that are going on in Wuhan. People are trying to get out of Wuhan, and they're getting shot. These are people that are desperate. They're trying to get outside the quarantine, and they're getting shot and killed. This is developing from, if you're not going to die from the virus, you're going to be shot. So it's like a ghost town over there. Now there's 15 cities over there now that they're doing quarantines. And we just now popped up again. There's another case in California. Another person showing, and it's been proven that, see, these people travel, they have a holiday over there, and so what I've learned is that the incubation time that you have this virus in your body, normally when you have the flu, you're not contagious until you start developing coughs, temperature, body aches, things like that. And clearly you're sick and you're contagious. With this strand, it's not, you don't even know that you're sick. You've got it in your body and it's contagious without any signs. You may not show signs for 5, 10, 12, 15 days. And can you imagine all the people that have flown out that didn't even know they were sick and been on airplanes? Now keep in mind, some of these people won't show signs until later on. So there could be hundreds, if not thousands of people that have been contaminated and they won't even know it yet. Some of them, yes. Depending on when they went into the city, or depending on how many family members they're around or friends they're around, so they won't even show signs until later on. Now, through these cases, it's been proven that this strand can be contagious just by being in the same room with a person. This is a deadly, deadly virus. Now, the news media, I've scoured through, I do every morning, and you can't find a lot, especially on like American news, like CBS, ABC, all that stuff. They don't talk a lot about, they have made some announcements, but they're not talking a lot about it. And is there a reason behind that? I think so. Whether you want to consider panic or whether you want to consider they keep flooding the news with this political stuff. And so basically, depending on how you feel and how you think, the government wants you to know or don't know, whatever. There's a gentleman by the name of Dr. Chris Martinson. He has a YouTube channel, and I'll put that link down in my subscription under this video, where you can go on there and you can watch and listen to him talk about the facts. He's a doctor. He doesn't practice per se medicine. He's got a graduate degree. He is a doctor, but check him out. Watch his video. I urge you to do so. Fascinating facts. But, you know, so let's talk about that for a minute. If you're talking about containment, which they already have at all these airports and so forth and so on, with bus stations, airports, or many ways to travel, you get hundreds, if not thousands of people using these public transportations, and you're just going about your merry old way, man. You're just living your life like anybody else. And so I had a friend of mine, a buddy of mine that I was talking to earlier today, and I was asking what he thought about this. And he says, you know what, Tim? He says, I don't want to create a prison for myself. I don't want to live in that world where I'm constantly afraid. And my thought was, a little bit of preparedness, just a little bit, goes a long ways. Is it better than death? Are you willing to gamble your life? And so I know SARS was a bad beast, bad animal. But this one right here is different. And it's in the American soil now. Guys and girls, this thing is vicious. It's having a very terrible effect on older people, like in 50s and up, and the younger children having a terrible time. But for us people, social media, we need to get this out there So I've said many times, I've encouraged you guys, copy and paste my channel, share it on social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Stumble Upon, Instagram, Snapchat, all that jazz. Just get it out there so people are aware. Now, what they do with this information is it's their choice. They can do whatever they want to. But I know I've taken this serious. I hope and I pray I never have to use any preparations. I hope I never have to do masks. I hope I don't ever have to worry about, people coming to my home or in my line of work. I hope I don't ever have to worry about any kind of contagious virus issues. I hope I don't have to. But if it does happen, at least I have some peace of mind knowing I've got food, water, filtered water, mask, hand sanitizer, and just be mindful of especially if this stuff gets into public transportation in America and in schools. My goodness, if that happens, that is, you can't go back. If that happens, you just can't. So throughout all the studies that I've been doing these past few days, this week, on this virus, it's getting worse and worse. Now, CDC and other government agencies are now declaring this an emergency, which they should have done at the very beginning in the first place. But they were saying, we'll contain it in China, which they can't, and it hasn't. This thing is in 17 countries around the world. And this one doctor is saying it's a pandemic. And quite possibly, it would get worse before better. But there's stages of this, and if you watch his channel, which I did, I watched pretty much all his intel. There is stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at like stage 4, stage 5. And some of these world organizations, they don't want to declare it as a world emergency. Can you imagine the millions, if not billions of dollars that they lose through transportation, air flight, vacations, you name it, across the board? That would be an astronomical price, not to mention the stock market. The stock market. I don't know if you're watching the stock in China right now. It's not good. And we all depend, a lot of e-commerces, a lot of websites, the retail stores, on and on and on, depend on import-export through China. And even the amount of time it's going to take for them to find a cure for this, a shot for this, that takes time. It takes months, sometimes a year or longer to find a cure for this. But imagine the stuff they put in this vaccine, this shot, that people are going to be mindless. They don't even care what's in that. Like, I'll take it. If it's going to keep me from dying, or if it's going to keep me from having the virus, or cure me from the virus, I'll take it. What kind of side effects, what kind of drugs are they putting in that vaccine? What exactly is in that going into your body that you're injecting into your body? I know I'd want to know. Well, I know a lot of people that'll probably take that shot. I'd just be mindful of that, and just try to keep your eye on the news, just to be mindful, whether it's through my channel or through Dr. Martinson's channel or through whoever's channel, or just because it seems like you get more of this information through social media and through the non-mainstream news, not those guys, because they're not gonna tell you the truth. I've seen some of these news broadcasts and talking about, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to be fine. But yet 17 countries have got this stuff. And people are dying every day. And people are being infected every day. You could get in your car, go down to the nearest store, go grocery shopping, and a week later on, you start getting ill. And that's the scary part, is you don't even know what's going on, because you're just showing typical flu signs: coughing, hacking up, fever, nausea, body aches and pains. I got the flu. Well, let me tell you something, guys. I think I'd rather take my chances in my house, not getting out, if I was to start showing those signs, and taking natural herbs. Like I said in my other videos, I live pretty healthy. So I'll just drink lots of liquids and take my chances at home without going into hospitals. Number one, contaminating everybody else. Number two, what they're going to be putting in your body. So I've been looking through the, it's called the WHO, which is the World Health Organizations. They're having another committee meeting and changing their stage from stage 1, 2 to up to 3, 4, 5, and declaring a world emergency. You want to be watching that stuff, because that stuff's going to be very, very important. It is for me. It is for my family. So, you know, I got a niece and nephew that go to school, and you know, if something was to happen, and they're young, they're like 7 and 6 or 8 and 7, something like that, and so that scares me. It worries me. But if you're a spiritual person, put the faith in God, that's great. That's great. But God gives you a brain. He gives you ears and He gives you eyes for a reason. Learn. Don't be blinded by certain faiths or whatever. Pray, absolutely. Have faith, absolutely. But use some common sense, man. Just don't be blinded. So I don't want this channel being just about the coronavirus. That's not why I started this channel. But if I can help save one person, I can live with that. Just one person that listened to my voice, watched this video, and went to the store, and right now is the best time to do it. And get some food items, maybe a water filtration system that you can either buy online or you can go to Walmart's and you get them, they're everywhere. Just the smallest amount of stuff that can save your life, that can help you. That's what this channel's for. At the same time, I want to do other topics, not just about this one. But it seems like every morning I wake up, this news changes. Like I said, by the minute, by the hour, by the day. All these numbers and all these facts are going to be different by tomorrow, I can guarantee you. I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning. I've got a job to do. I've got work to do. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to see terrible numbers across my screen. And I want to share this with you guys. So if you're watching, and I know you guys are, I've been keeping track, you know, we've got a lot of views on these videos. You know, people like to watch this information, but they don't like to subscribe. Well, okay, but that's what makes this grow. That's what helps this channel grow and to reach out and grab more content. Because it takes me time, a lot of time, to go online and get all this intel, all this information, so I can share it with you guys. And so there's work involved there. I don't get paid for this. This is just free. So it don't cost you anything to subscribe. It's free. Let's share the love back and forth, okay? So, once again, his name is Dr. Chris Martinson. I will have a link down below in description of his channel. Watch it, learn, adjust your lifestyle just a little bit, and have a little bit of peace of mind knowing that if something does happen, I mean, I went as far as I keep my tank to my truck full, my gas tank. I keep it full just in case. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you do it today or tomorrow or next week, but why not go ahead and do it now? And so if it drops down below, you know, a quarter of the tank that I've used, I top it off just in case. Because if that ever happens here in America, if they ever quarantine, or if they ever do, you know, martial law, whatever, just like they're doing in China, shooting people and all that, man. If you have any comments or any questions, and I've gotten some comments and questions, and I enjoy that. I like to correspond with you guys. I will do my best to answer the questions the best of my ability. I may not have all the answers, but I'll try real hard to get all the answers I can. And you guys make sure that you like us, subscribe, and ring the bell. And until next time, guys, which I will shoot another video tomorrow. See ya.